back. It's your girl, Ether. You're back with another episode of The Report Tarot and Tools. We're going to get straight into it. Tonight, we're doing something a little different, but I think you guys will enjoy it because it's important, it's pertinent to what's going on right now. And it's nothing too big, but because we're in the month of June, the 6th month of a 12-month year, I figured, why not do a mid-year check-in for 2020? So that's what we're going to do tonight. A mid-yearly check-in for the year 2020. This will let us know where you guys stand, what you have learned, what you need to learn, what's coming in for the rest of the year, what came in at the first half, what came out the first half, what needs to go out for the second half, all types of shit like that. And we're going to keep it as brief as possible. So let's get straight into it. This is a general reading, so all the messages may not resonate. You're going to take the messages as they resonate and leave the ones that do not. At any given time, if you feel like these messages do resonate and you would like to contact me, Jen Ether, for a personal reading, just go down to the description box and all the information on how to contact me is right there. Also, I would like you guys to go check out my website. The link will be in the description box as well to my new website where you can find pertinent and important information on your spiritual growth and ascension. I just got a couple articles, about 4 to 5 articles down there, but they're very good, easy reads. I wrote them personally, so go check that out just to show me some love on the website, and it's going to be helpful. It's different than just the tarot readings. It's actually going to assist you along your spiritual journey more than the readings do. Because right here, I just give you guys the info. But when you go to the website, I can really help assist you, guide you, and you can learn different tricks and tricks to the trade when it comes to this spiritual walk, to the spiritual growth, and the spiritual ascension. All right, so let's get into the reading, family. Thank you for listening to the spiel. All right, so like I said, this is for the mid check-in for the year 2020. It's been a doozy for most of us. This year has been very interesting because someone, I can't remember who it was, one of my Facebook friends shared a post, and the post basically said, or they said, like, I'm not turning, like, basically, I'm not going to allow myself, or I'm not going to change your age. So if you're 24, you don't feel like you should be turning 25. Why? Because you didn't even use most of this year. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was interesting. So we're technically in the 6th month of the year, but for most of us, the year's been at a standstill at about February, mid-February, I think, is when coronavirus first hit. We got quarantined. So we're 6 months in, but we've really been like on pause. So that's very interesting. But let's get straight into it. First, we're going to see what important lessons you have learned up until this point in the year of 2020. This is June 3rd when I'm recording this reading. So let's see what important messages you have learned up until this point. What important messages have my viewers learned up until this point in 2020? Okay, the sun fell out, but it just kind of fell goofy, so we're not going to take it. But a lot of you guys could be learning to go out. Up until this point in 2020, because we've been quarantined, the sun came out, you guys could be realizing, like, your connection, or how important, or how much you really enjoyed the sun. So a lot of shit, I think I said this in the last reading that I did about the quarantine when it first started, a lot of things we took for granted, just going out, being able to see loved ones, going on little walks, going to the store, just little things like that. So I feel like a lot of you guys are just ready for the sun to come back out and you to actually be allowed to be in it, or be, in it without a mask on and actually enjoying life. We got patience that fell out, so you guys could also been learning patience. That was one of your main lessons. Also, with that sun card, I want to say you guys were learning to walk in the sun. And this also goes along with having patience, because it's like, if things weren't going exactly your way, you had to learn to be patient and still walk in the sun. Even as things may have looked a little bleak for you, you still had to walk with the confidence and the knowing that things were going to get better for you. And not dwell on the things that weren't going so well, but actually look forward to when things got better. And actually appreciate the things that were going right for you at the moment, instead of dwelling on things that maybe weren't working out. So yeah, you guys learned the lesson of community. So I'm feeling like you guys could be realizing or learned the lesson of how important it is to have a strong community around you. A strong community. A community, what it say, each one teach one. It takes a village, shit like that. These are the lessons y'all were, like, really, these are sayings, and we can even call them cliches, shit that people just say. But everything that's a saying or a cliche has some truth to it. That's why it even reached that level to be a wise tale or a fable or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, that's why it has that staying power. And these things have been said for generations upon generations. So yeah, it takes a village. Each one teach one. All community things. So you guys are realizing, like, damn, that's just real. It does take a village to raise a child. Or I want to be around people that I can learn from and they can learn from me. We got to each one to teach one. You know, so these are lessons you guys could be learning. Healer of all ages. So I'm also feeling like, because it's coming out for the lessons, you guys are learning that you can't just brush past things and move on with life. So if something traumatic, or even if it's not, it doesn't have to be the most. I'm not saying you had to have been, you know, something that was done on a CSI show or anything like that. But but basically, if you do go through anything that causes some type of turmoil in your life, or just stirs your feelings up in that uncomfortable, negative way, I feel like you guys are learning not to just push through it, like not to just go, you know, just barrel straight through it, like, all right, that should never happen, let's go. You guys are learning that the important lesson was to actually heal through these things, and not just barrel through it, but to actually take the time out and heal through it. Also, happy family. So you guys are learning that, I mean, I feel like we all know the importance of a happy family. But maybe during this time, because, as I've been saying, before quarantine, we were all, like, I feel like we all did need a break from the hustle and bustle, and not really having time for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our children, for ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically, if we wanted to work out. So during this time of quarantine, I feel like you have definitely had that time to really appreciate family life, really appreciate what it is to be a parent, really appreciate and even delve a little deeper, and maybe even starting to feel like you had this time to really observe, you know, instead of moving. So you guys could even been making adjustments within the family life, adjustments to make sure things run smoother, but really learning to appreciate and to cherish the family life. Okay, any other lessons? Give me one more card for the lessons learned up until this point. These are the lessons learned up until this point, guys, in 2020. Financial constraints. Alright, so this is coming in clear for me, because I feel like with the when the quarantine first hit, I mean, for the most part, everyone's gotten stimulus money. Everyone's pretty much caught up with the unemployment. They got that shit together for the most part, and at least in my state, Pennsylvania, that's where I'm at. So everyone's pretty much gotten their money from this. But when it initially hit, if you were not financially prepared, if you didn't have your ducks in a row, if you didn't have a certain amount of what I want to call it, a certain amount of savings put up, yeah, I mean, something that a certain amount of a cushion for you to rely on, you were fucked up. Or yeah, I mean, basically you would have to you were playing it really safe, because everything was up in the air. So at first we didn't even know we were going to get any type of financial relief or a stimulus package at all. So I feel like this taught you an important lesson of making sure your finances are in order just in case of a crisis or an emergency. And this card actually fell right on top of the family, the happy family card. And this is, so basically you're doing this, making sure that you're prepared financially, you have that cushion to the side, because you do not ever want your family to be in a position where they have to be hungry, struggling, don't have what they need to survive and survive comfortably and be able to actually thrive. Especially if you have young children, you know that they need to be well fed, well clothed. So you never want to be in that position where you can't feed or clothe your children, or you guys don't have a place to stay. So I feel like, even though I don't feel like the people I'm talking to came anywhere near close to this, it was still just one of those eye-opening moments. Like, damn, just in case. Yeah, I mean, even though I wasn't on that, I never expected nothing like this to even be possible. So I better get on my shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was one of those type of things, guys. So now let's see what lessons are ahead of you for the remainder of 2020. We saw what lessons you learned. Let's see what lessons are ahead of you. So what lessons are ahead of them for the remainder of 2020? Doorway to personal healing and happiness. So you guys, like I said in the past, it's like you learned that you couldn't just barrel through, and you would have to stop to actually, if you go through anything that is, troublesome to the soul, to the spirit, it's not chicken noodle soup to the soul. If you go through anything like that, you're learning that you had to really slow down and take that out. So now what you're learning for the remainder is to actually, you learned that you have to, now you're going to actually learn how to. You feel me? So what you're learning, all tied up. Purify all tied up. Purify all tied up for what they're learning. Yin and yang. Okay, so for some of you guys, it'll be a soulmate connection that you're all tied up to. This is definitely falling on that community card. Okay. Adjacent possibilities also came out to clarify. So you guys could be, the lesson that you could be learning is not to allow yourself to be all tied up, no matter what. See, this is the thing with these soulmate connections, twin flame, whatever you feel like you're in, or whatever you want to call your connection. No matter what we're in, we always have the free will. And no matter what it is, if you're not being treated fairly, or if you're not as happy as you feel like your soul could be, if you feel like you're not in the place you need to be, or you could be somewhere else and be more fulfilled, then you have to realize that there's always adjacent possibilities. So we're not tied to these people. For a lot of soulmates, it's a lot of lessons that need to be learned. And even if you're in, no matter what the connection's called, twin flame, divine masculine, soulmate, whatever the fuck, twin ray, we'll go there. And we'll go there on it. No matter what it is, if you are not fulfilled and feeling happy, especially a lot of that has to do with the work that you've done on yourself. If you have not taken those steps to fulfill yourself and to learn self-love and to really get to know yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically, then it's going to be hard for you to get into a healthy relationship without you feeling all tied up. Because without you gaining that full perspective of who you are spiritually, mentally, and physically, you'll have no other choice but to fall into these codependent relationships, which will leave you all tied up. So that is what you're going to be learning coming up. What else are you going to be learning for the remainder? What else are you going to be learning for the remainder? Okay, so the fifth chakra came out, which is the throat chakra. So I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be learning to speak up. This is actually falling right up under the Healer of the Ages card. So for you guys, like I said, I feel like for a lot of you guys in the past, you've gone through things and maybe you didn't speak up. Maybe you felt like the best thing to do was to just move on, move past it, not speak your mind on it, just go past it. But right now, I feel like you are going to be actually speaking your mind, and not to, I don't feel like you're just going to be going ham, but I feel like for certain things, if there's something that's been eating you alive that you have to speak about, I feel like you're going to be able to speak about it. This is something that you're healing, so you're actually doing work on your throat chakra. Spiritual. This is spiritual work. You know what I mean? You could do things like gargle salt water and shit like that for the physicality of it too. But I feel like on the spiritual realm, your throat chakra is being opened up because you decided to go through this process of healing. So I almost feel like the throat chakra opening up is almost like a side effect to your healing process. So without you deciding to go healing or deciding to heal, no throat chakra. And basically what I'm trying to say, this is why I'm saying this, is because I don't feel like you're actually intentionally doing work on your throat chakra. I think the fact that you're just healing things in general is allowing your throat chakra to open. So now we got door to spirit. Yeah, we got door to personal healing and happiness. So I feel like for the second year, everyone who's watching this, or for a lot of you who are watching this, take the messages as they resonate. You guys are going to really be, like I said in the past, or in the leading up to this point in the year, you realize how important it is to actually heal. But now the second half of the year is going to be all about you healing. Now, healing is not the most comfortable thing in the world to do at all. But one thing about it is, it's the best thing you can do, because once you're healed, you're going to feel like $1,000,000, like you never even came out of the situation that even led you to have to be healed in the first place. So it's going to be very beneficial for you to do this. And why? Because this is your second half of 2020. And all of our, see, this is the thing that we can say, no one's really necessarily in a head start right now. And not to say anything's a competition, but we've all got a late start to 2020. No one's been able to do shit. I mean, even like with my tarot business, I do everything, I do this online, but I go out. A lot of my business is based upon me going out to bars, meeting people, and doing events, like live events at bars and shit like that. So for a lot of us, we were stopped from being able to do our day-to-day and do the extra things, which gave us the time to reflect, knowing that we needed to begin healing. But moving forward is going to be the time where, now we need to actually heal. We know we had to, now we have to do it. And what it's really ultimately going to do is set us up for our win, or for the win, for your win in the year of 2021. So that's your lessons, healing. I'm not pulling anymore, because that's what it's been. I think y'all might be even tired of me saying the word healing. So let's see, what lessons are in love for you? What lessons are in love for you? Give me some lessons in love for my viewers. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So that's a lesson you're learning about having unrequited love for someone. Basically, it's like learning when to hold them, learning when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. So it's like you guys are no longer going to be trying to work on connections when you feel like it's just not there. It's one-sided either, and you're just not getting what you want out of it, or either that person could be the one that's really in love with you, and it's one-sided for them on their love connection feelings, but you're just tired of dealing with that. You know what I mean? This is something that you had put up with. You were just going through the motions, but now it's like, no, I don't want to be in something where I'm not fulfilled. The other lessons, past life relationship. You have known each other in the past. And love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So your lessons for this second half are all about you doing self-love, more healing energy. But it's about you really learning to love yourself. To put yourself first. Now, this person is someone that you have known in a past life, and this could be a past life lesson that you had to go through with them in the past, and maybe you didn't quite wrap up the cycle or learn the lesson, so now you're completing it in this lifetime. What other lessons would have to learn to love for the remainder of 2020? Yeah, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing. So, it could be the person, your soulmate, that where there's an unrequited love. There could be religious factors in between you guys, and you're just realizing that it's, I just heard earlier, like unreconcilable differences based upon you guys just don't see the eye to eye. Your viewpoints are just too different to really make it work. So it's not that it was a horrible relationship, cheating was done or nothing like that. It's just that you guys just can't make it work. It's just you guys see the world too differently. Now we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So you are realizing that even though you see the world differently, of course there is a strong magnetic attraction, but you're still learning that even though there's an attraction, you have to do what's best for you, love yourself first, and release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, which is more clearing your energy, is more about healing. So those are your lessons in love. Now let's see some lessons in finance for you. And I'll probably complete this tomorrow because this is going kind of long. So we'll do a part 2 on this. Lessons in finance. Let it flow. So I feel like that's energy. Basically, don't be in a stagnant point. Don't worry about your finances too much. Most of us have gotten a love shot, and if you didn't have to do too much, you may still have some of that stimulus package money. I believe there's more money coming if you're working, if you got your unemployment. They just want you to feel free about your financial situation. It's a lesson they want you to learn right now. So not, you don't always have to be stressed. Does not cause more money to come in. It actually deflects money from coming in. So that's one of the lessons you're learning. Happily ever after. I feel like you're learning, because I pulled from the wrong deck, but fuck it, I'll take both of those. For happily ever after, I almost feel like for you to get this happily ever after, not to say you're money hungry or anything like that, but you're well aware that it's going to take stability for you to truly be comfortable so you can be forever happy, you know? So that's one of your lessons, like you're learning that money can't buy you love and love can't buy you money, but you still need both of them, you know what I mean? So Warren Buffett, stocks. So a lot of you guys, one of your lessons could be about investing. Really investing in yourself, investing in the stock market, beginning to take little classes. There's all types of online courses you take for free. They're fucking free. Seminars, webinars, they're mostly free. I've taken a lot of them. But you can take them or learn how to do the stock market, shit like that. But all in all, I feel like you guys are just learning that you need to be investing, especially with that financial constraints card that came out. Jeff Bezos. Now, what came to my head, Jeff Bezos is the CEO of Amazon. But the first thing that came to my head, when I think of Jeff Bezos, for some reason I always think books, because Amazon started as the first online bookstore. That's what it started as. So you guys could be really into books right now, really reading, like I said, studying up on investing, just really brushing up on different things that you feel will just make you a better person for the years to come. And another lesson is don't give up for the remainder. If you've had a tough year, The universe, your spirit guides, God wants you to know, don't give up. Stay positive. Money is coming soon. So those are your lessons for the money aspect. And that's, I feel like, stay positive, money coming soon. That's all about you learning how to let it flow. Stay in manifestation mode. You may not know when it's coming. You may not know how it's coming. But know it's coming soon. And why? Because you know that the work you've been doing, the things you've been doing spiritually, everything you've been putting in, the universe ain't going to do you like that. You feel me? So let's see what some of your deepest insights. What are some of the deepest things you need to know? Give me some of the deepest things my people need to know for the remainder of the year. Deep insights for the remainder of the year. I'll take one because it's a brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Brilliant idea card came out. So whatever your idea is, whatever you've been pondering over, wanting to do, thinking about, it's a brilliant idea. Take action on that shit. What else are deep insights? Remember, these are the deep insights from your higher self and your spirit guides. Passion. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So like I said, if this bright idea has anything to do with your love life or idea, it's a bright idea and you should definitely do it. Then we got clear audience. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Now, I was just watching a reading where they were saying that a lot of times your spirit guides will channel messages through friends and family. So that's why we have to check our egos and not always shut people down, because this could be spirit trying to speak directly to us using a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, a friend, a best friend, whatever. You know what I mean? So make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings and what you're hearing through the radio, through the television, whatever, because these are going to be messages to help you out. So these are the lessons you're going to or these are the deep insights you need to know. So now let's get some advice. We'll pull a couple cards for advice for you, and then we'll get you out of here. So now let's get some advice for the rest of the year. What's some advice for the rest of the year? 2 to 3 cards for advice, please, for the remainder of 2020. Victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Have faith in your manifestations. Whatever you've been doing, whatever groundwork you have laid, you know what the fuck you've been doing. So just know, when you put in the work, the universe puts in the work. It's only when you sit like a bump on a log where the universe can't work for you because you haven't put in the work. Like, and I mean real work, like every aspect. So a lot of times, like with this tarot thing, there's a lot of times I had to revamp how I did this. Like, okay, let me just do it online. Alright, maybe I should start going to the bars. Alright, then I stopped doing online. Like, okay, I need to add the online thing too. Shit, maybe let me try to do a website where I can educate more, and that will lead people back to all of it. You know what I mean? So just trying new things. If you guys have been doing that, revamping, not giving up, not just doing the same thing over and over and over, not seeing results, that's insanity, motherfuckers. Insanity to do the same thing over and over and over and never see results from it it's literally the classification and definition for an insane person. So I feel like a lot of people that I've been speaking to, or that I'm speaking to, have been putting in that groundwork, laying on bricks, and have been going through and trying different avenues. If the door shuts here, they go through the window here. The window's locked here, they climbing up the roof and coming down the chimney. I feel like y'all been doing that shit. So you're never going to be smited like that. If you put in the work, the universe will put in the work for you, because they have no other choice but to. That's how this shit works, y'all. There's no other choice but for that to happen. So clear sentiments. Notice reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So pay attention to what's going on emotionally. Pay attention to how you feel. This is divine guidance. This is the advice for you for the remainder of your 2020. We're going to pull this card because I'm drawn to it. Angel therapy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. So there's, like I said, there's nothing for you guys to worry about. All you guys have been laying the bricks down, the foundation. You guys have been fucking knocking down the locked doors, running through barriers. And now it's really just time for you to have faith that the universe and God has heard your prayers and they will not smite you. They will have your back and everything will work out. Your manifestations, all the work that you put in will come into fruition. Give everything to God, to the universe, to your higher self, and just relax and let it come in. Because that's how we manifest. We have to let go so it can come in. You got to let go and let God. You feel me? So, I'm out of here, family. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because it really helps me out. I'll be back on here tomorrow trying to catch up because I fell off. I was sick a little bit. So, now I'm back on. Let's get this shit back on the roll. It's your girl, Jen Ether. I thank you for watching another episode of The Report, Tarot and Tools. I'll be back tomorrow where we're going to do another Divine Masculine and checking on the Karmic's energy. So, have a good night, guys. Namaste. I'm out. Peace.